Jane. I'm a registered dietitian and diabetes educator at the Salt Lake City VA. And today I wanted to show you how to make a new recipe that I recently discovered called a savory breakfast bowl. The reason I like this recipe is because it gives us a healthy spin on the traditional breakfast we see of bacon and eggs, potatoes. This recipe not only looks delicious, it also tastes great, and it's packed full of nutritional value. The ingredients that we're going to need for this recipe are, we need a little olive oil, 1 garlic clove minced, 2 cups of fresh spinach, 1/2 cup of grape tomatoes that have been cut in half, 1/2 cup of potatoes. Now these potatoes I made in advance for this recipe, and I season them with an everything bagel seasoning, which is full of sesame seeds and poppy seeds and lots of great flavors, okay? So I made these, as I said, in advance, and you could either make them the day of, or if you have any kind of potatoes left over from dinner, you can also use any type of leftover that you have for the potato side of this dish, okay? The next thing we're gonna need is some sliced avocado, an egg, and then we're gonna finish the recipe off with a garnish of one of my favorite foods, a little bit of feta cheese, and some fresh cut parsley. Okay, so let's get cooking. So for the first step of this recipe, we want to put our pan over a high heat, and we want to add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Okay, we're going to give this a minute to sort of warm up. Swish it around the pan a little bit, and we're going to give that a minute. The thing I like about this recipe compared to some of the other typical breakfasts I see is that we're using a lot of healthier oils in this recipe versus a lot of the fat that we see in bacon and eggs or bacon and sausage type things for breakfast. So this is going to pack a nutritional punch of some unsaturated fats, okay? So what we're going to do next is add our minced garlic. And you want to be careful not to heat this up too hot because we don't want our garlic to burn, okay? So we want to do this slowly and then give this just a few seconds. And then we're going to add our diced tomatoes to this pan. Move it around a little bit. And we want to give this a couple minutes to to simmer so that it can release some of the juices from these tomatoes, okay? These tomatoes and garlic are wonderful ingredients as far as nutritional value. They add a variety of vitamins and minerals. They're considered foods that prevent inflammation in our bodies, which we know a lot of chronic diseases are related to chronic inflammation. And so a lot of these ingredients we're putting in this dish help prevent those things, okay? So I'm going to add my spinach next. Spin it around. We're going to let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until the spinach starts to wilt. And you'll notice that when you cook spinach, it really shrinks in volume. So it looked like we had a lot of spinach there, but by the time we're done cooking this, it's going to be not that much, okay? Usually about 1/2 cup of spinach in here. Okay? So as that starts to simmer, you can start to smell some of the aroma of the garlic, which is a really wonderful flavor, okay? And as you can see, the spinach is starting to wilt there, okay? So I'm going to move this spinach and tomato mixture off to the side, and then I'm going to cook my egg, okay? You can cook an egg any way you want to. You could do a soft-boiled egg, you could do a fried egg, you could do a scrambled egg. I kind of prefer my eggs over easy, so I'm just going to make this egg, put it in this hot pan here, and give that a minute to cook. I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of salt and pepper on my egg. Okay. So look at that. Look at those wonderful colors and different textures that we're going to have, full of vitamins and minerals. I mean, it's just a really great complement to the egg and the potatoes that we're going to put together in a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to flip my egg here and make it over easy. And then the next step that we need to do is assemble our bowl. So the final step of this recipe is putting it together and assembling the ingredients, okay? And first I want to start with adding the potatoes. I warmed these up a little bit in the microwave before since I made them in advance because I want them to be hot while they're in my dish, okay? I'm going to add our wonderful sauteed veggies, the tomatoes, the spinach, and the garlic, and you could just smell that aroma. It's just absolutely wonderful. Okay, I take my egg, top it right here, and then I'm going to add my avocado. The thing I like about this, as I said before, is that we're adding a lot of wonderful, delicious, nutritious flavors to this bowl. So rather than think of what I'm not having, think of what food should I be eating that adds some nutritional value. And avocados, the oil are going to give me those healthy fats. I'm going to garnish this with a little bit of feta cheese, which I really enjoy, and a little bit of parsley because I like things to look pretty. Not only is it pretty, but it's going to be absolutely delicious and tasty. You could have it for breakfast, or you could even have it for lunch or dinner. But the great thing about this is that it's very satisfying. It's going to fill you up. It's going to make you be able to get through your day, and it's not going to make you feel full or overstuffed. So with our savory breakfast bowl here, we're getting a meal that's going to satisfy us. It's going to keep us able to do what we need to do throughout the course of the day without getting hungry. And if you look at what we have in here, we have a combination of different flavors, textures, and this dish is absolutely full of great nutritional value, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and we even have fiber in here, okay? Versus maybe a traditional breakfast of eggs with sausage or bacon, which tend to be a lot higher in saturated fat. So this dish is a winner because it's delicious, it's beautiful, and it's also good for you. Bon appetit!